Alright, we got the dub.
Got the win, man.
Dub. Making sure shit looking clean on this end. Before watching. Make sure my sound on. I don't like that noise. Alright, unplug my shit. 1 second. Sound better? Alright, echo's gone. We live. We don't really gotta do an intro, but if you guys are new watching after we went live, welcome to Lakerland. In this case, live from Lakerland. I am Christian. This is my right-hand man, Matt. And we're here to talk Lakers basketball. I know some of you guys, if you tune into live, you might be used to some different type of content, but I've been really trying to focus on Lakers content as the season came back, because we're back. We officially back. Starting today, the regular season, man. Lakers, big W. I'm gonna pull up all the stats and all that. This is cool. I'm gonna mess with this live stuff. But I just want to talk. I don't gotta edit a video now, so I don't gotta stress about that. But a big Lakers win, man, Matt.
Big Lakers win. You know we got to get the win against the Clippers, man. And you know there was a little handicap. They was missing a couple guys.
Absolutely.
But they definitely came with some fire. Kawhi and PG didn't come to play, so. I mean, we definitely had to bring our A game. We were slipping a little bit. We could have easily lost that game. So, you know what I'm saying? We definitely pulled through, got that W. That was very important, you know what I'm saying?
Oh, man. This game, the very beginning of it, I was shaky about it. The refs were...
man.
They were literally blowing minds, man.
Bro. Literally, bro. That whistle was not stopping, bro. I don't know if Adam Silver got to make a call. I don't know if LeBron got to make a call, but these refs is definitely out of pocket. I don't know if these are the regular NBA refs. Some guys had to just pull together for the bubble or whatever, but you know what I'm saying? They got to get their plays in order. Like, I don't understand what's going on because their calls is wacky, bro. Like, they probably called, like, what, 10 travels today? They probably called, like,
yeah, I don't know what's going on with the travels, bro.
5 offensive
too many
travels. They was just blowing the whistle way too much, so I don't know if it's just, like, you know, getting back into the groove type thing and everything's going to smoothen out later. Hopefully that's the case. But we couldn't afford to lose that game, so it was definitely getting retight.
Let me, there we go. Looks like I could pull up I want to pull up all of the stats for this one because LeBron James, me and Matt were kind of going a little crazy with LeBron today. All right, so it looks like I got the whole team stats. Boom. All right, but let's talk about as soon as the ball went up in the air, man, it didn't feel right in the beginning. The pace, I mean, for the first quarter, it felt great. We were doing our thing. LeBron was like looking like he was gonna have a real passive game, but sometimes that performance was working. In this case, against the Clippers, after 3 months of no basketball, that pace wasn't for me. I need you to go to the rim, and I need you to do something.
And that's the worst thing we could do to our offense. I feel like sometimes we can get stagnant, and it just looks terrible because it's like we're just standing around. There's no pick and rolls going on. There's no cuts going on. And it's like we're trying to force a pass to an obvious person like Anthony Davis in the post or something like that. Mm-hmm. Extremely high post. Like he's almost at the three-point line.
And he doesn't bang down low too often.
Not too often at all. He tries to stay away from that. Maybe that's going to change playoff time. But, you know what I'm saying? I just feel like players like Alex Caruso, you know what I'm saying, Avery Bradley when he was here, he was able to at least move around the offense a little more with like simple things like cuts, setting screens, getting people open. When we're just stagnant, it just looks weird because, all right, we have Danny Green, KCP. They're more so spot up guys. They're not going to move around the floor a lot, you know what I'm saying? And then AD posts up. LeBron stands around dribbling the ball for like...
That first half, at least that first unit, JaVale McGee was the energy boost.
But JaVale been solid. You know what I'm saying? He's definitely a solid 5 for us. At least he's going to give us energy on the boards. He definitely gives us a lot of second chances. At
11 minutes for him. He has 7 boards.
Right.
6 points. To
And he
me,
plays great defense, bro.
those points even feel like they're more. He only went 3 for 4, but I feel like every time he scores, it's like it almost feels like a bailout. You know what I mean? Those are the best baskets for me. LeBron James, of course, I can never read his stat line. His stat line always looks beautiful.
What's his stats
16,
like?
11, and 7. Like
yeah, but I just feel like that 16.
6 of 19 from the field though. That's where it gets shaky. I wasn't really comfortable with the shots he was taking. I mean, I'll take everything with a grain of salt. They're easing back into everything.
True.
I get it.
True.
Anthony Davis, he wasn't really taking the best of shots either, but bro was getting to the line. He was being aggressive, which is exactly what we need.
I like the shots AD was taking though, at least with the way the Clippers was playing. Cause you know what I'm saying, they was prepared for the post up AD. You know what I'm saying, they was coming with extra defenders. They were swarming with the double, so he had to see that. You know what I'm saying, and find his spots where he can find out nice little sweet mid range jumper that he be good at. You know what I'm saying? They was finding him on the 3-point line. Once he gets in rhythm, it's kind of like hard to guard him out there, low key. Well, he can shoot over anybody.
That's what we were seeing. He really pushed us in that. Was it the third quarter? Yeah, he was part of that third quarter run where, as soon as he made them threes, bro, it was like the whole game switched because we were. That third quarter was scary.
Kuzma too, man. He pulled through with the shots,
man. I gotta give it up to Kuzma.
I gotta give it to Kuz. He showed up.
You want to know who had the best plus minus for the day? Kyle Kuzma and Dion Waiters.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Dion Waiters, man.
Dion Waiters
with the highest plus minus, plus 17, 5 for 10, only 1 for 6 from the 3. But it's the fact that we're not a team that drives too much. Dion Waiters poses that threat that he could drive and he could bump into the contact and still get it in the bucket.
Right.
He's not afraid of contact. He's not afraid of getting hit. And also, he can create his own shot when there's nothing going for the team.
And just to, like, really show y'all how important Dion is to the team right now, if you didn't watch the game, going into the third quarter, we had, like, 1 point, like, 7-8 minutes into the game.
It was bad.
We did not score. We couldn't score. We was getting spanked. They went up 11. So then, like, it was kind of, like, looking scary for a little bit. Kawhi was looking good. PG was looking good. LeBron was looking cold, ice cold. So then the second unit came in, Dion, and he gave us that spark that we needed. Gave us a little confidence to start shooting.
That was a unit with what? It was Caruso. Caruso was in that unit too. It was Dion, Kuzma, Caruso, AD, and I know
Kuz was there.
AD was the center. I thought I said Kuz, and it might have been Green in there as well.
I don't know about Green,
but I know for a fact it was Dion, Caruso, Kuzma, and AD. Not too sure who the fifth person was. It definitely had to be another guard.
They was interchanging JR and somebody else.
But that unit saved us for this whole game, and the shots that Dion Waiters was making. Kuzma scared me when he started dribbling a little too much. I'm not really liking that. I don't trust him playing that little point forward position. He kind of got bailed out when Caruso did that cut. Mm-hmm. And he was able to get that pass off, because if not, that probably would have ended up being a jump.
But that's what I'm saying. Players like Caruso who can make that cut
plus
when things look stagnant. You know what I'm saying? Because when he was dribbling around doing a whole lot of nothing, nobody else was moving. And that's the problem. We need people making cuts, people setting screens, getting people open, because with that, you just have one person at the top of the key dribbling around, and then it gets stuck. At the end of the day, we're playing the Clippers. They can play defense. Mm-hmm. We can't just play around with them like that.
Speaking of defense, man, I want to talk about Danny Green's defense. I want to talk about a few people's defense, actually. Mm-hmm. Anthony Davis always impeccable. I don't think I got to point him out, but I don't also want to shun him as well. But LeBron James' defense on Kawhi Leonard today,
looking stellar.
I like that when it came to the fourth quarter, he wasn't really on the whole game. Mm-hmm. Fourth quarter, he said, I got him.
Especially that last possession.
Yeah, last possession, he was initially on Kawhi, and then they forced a switch to get him, not to get him on PG, but he ended up covering PG. And thankfully, man, you said that he didn't contest it as far as putting his hands up. I'm glad he didn't, because with these referees, I don't know what type of fouls we would have had been dealing with.
He definitely had known, because he had a problem with the rest of the whole game, so he knew better. If he had jumped, if he did anything, they would have quick to blow that whistle. They love overtime.
We got 256 Bradley said we got to learn how to close these guys out, but AD was unstoppable. I ain't disagreeing with that, man. AD, I'm glad, because it felt like over these last seasons we didn't have it. I'm glad we got somebody that can make free throws.
Exactly, consistently. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who would depend on down the stretch.
I'm going through the line of people that shot free
16
throws.
for 17.
16 for 17. Honestly, this was a pretty solid day for free throws from us. We shot 75%, which we're usually not the best free throw shooting team. Howard went with his
But
usual
look at
1
this
of
though,
4.
LeBron 2 for 2, bro.
That just shows the lack of aggression, man.
But that's the problem, bro.
That
we
shows the
we
lack of
saw
aggression.
AC and Dion going to the rack more than LeBron was.
Yeah. Which man, me and Matt were watching this game, and the whole time we're screaming at the screen for LeBron to just drive. That's all we scream. And then I think it's the possession within it might even be within a minute left. It was the possession we had before the last one. And LeBron just drove no problem to the rack, easy 2. And we're like, this is so seamless. This is easy. Like, it's no reason this isn't happening almost every possession, and it shows. Even when he drives and there's nothing for him at the rim,
exactly. He
was getting
kickouts.
Options. That was only happening in the fourth quarter, it felt like.
Yeah.
But those kickouts gave us a Danny Green 3. Those kickouts gave us a few. Even Alex Cruz had a 3 he missed, but those opened the door for so much, and that's what really led to this victory.
See, now, what I think LeBron's problem is in games like this is I feel like he starts off indecisive because he doesn't know if he wants to start off being aggressive scoring or if he wants to start off being a point guard. You know what I'm saying? And that's that whole new to the position thing that I feel like he still struggles with to this day.
He still probably hasn't found the best balance. It's like when he's always going to get his assist. That's always going to be on the table. But it feels like when he does want to play that point guard position, he's just overly passive.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just too much. And it looks like, and even the passes today, how many turnovers he got? It felt like he had a lot. He had 5 turnovers. AD with 4 turnovers. Danny Green with 4 turnovers. Danny Green should not have 4 turnovers if you're not handling the ball at all.
Where did those turnovers come
Yeah, I don't even know. I did feel like Danny Green was doing a little too much dribbling today.
But that should never be the case, though. You know what I'm saying? We should never put Danny Green in a position
Besides that, we did play a pretty good game as far as no turnovers. Only 16 for the day. Ain't too bad. If you take away LeBron's or at least minute them a little bit, we could bring it down to like 11, 12. So that's pretty good. But Danny Green, how do you feel about his defense, man?
On a regular basis, Danny Green gives a solid defense. I don't know if it was today or if it was the matchup. It could be the matchup, but Paul George was dancing all over Danny Green today, bro. He couldn't stay in front of him to save his life.
Yeah, he was
out. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that might not. I mean, of course you're supposed to give the best defense you can, but bro, I put that more on Frank because if you see he cannot guard him, bro, you gotta try something else. PG was blown right past him every chance he got. And if he wasn't a bucket for him, it was a bucket for somebody else. We can't have that. You know what I'm saying? We can't have easy trips to the...
I think this showed me something because I feel like the other games, we didn't really see any Danny Green on PG. I thought it was more AD. It definitely felt like... I don't know if it was...
And we had AD, but of course with rotations and...
We had AD play the 5 a lot today.
But AD was playing PG a lot too. He was. But, you know what I'm saying? Of course... As the game goes on, there's switches and there's rotations that had to take place. Danny Green has to be better than that, regardless. He has to be better than that. He has to slide his feet, man.
It was really he was just a little bit slower. I get it. PG's explosive. I think the matchup for Danny Green is he's great for Kawhi. He's great for Kawhi. Regardless. Kawhi, I feel like his stats are always going to be a little deceptive. Because he's an efficient guy. Kawhi is super efficient, but I feel like him going 7 for 16, that's like a win for us. You know what I mean?
It is. And like, you know what I'm saying, the stats was how many points? 28 points.
But 11 and 13 at the line, that's where he was making
2
a lot
blocks,
of bread.
2 steals.
Kawhi, man.
It's a solid game, but if you watch the game, you know that the Lakers played great defense when they could, unless it switched off on like Kuzma or something like that. And Kuzma tried his best, but yeah, he can't guard Kawhi. But besides all that, we played pretty decent defense on Kawhi the whole game, like the majority of the game.
I mean, we forced the Clippers with more turnovers. They ended up having turnovers. They ended up having 20 turnovers. That's a solid number to keep them in. I would take that any day of the week. The reason we were kind of out of this game, the moments we really weren't the offensive wasn't really running. Like it
Like I
never
said,
it never felt
man.
smooth.
Like I said, it's a lot of standing around and making the obvious pass. There's no pick and rolls. There's no cuts. There's no plays. At least for the first 5 minutes of the game, that's what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? We start off slow offensively.
We always do. That's Avery Bradley was always awesome at initiating a bit of the offense with
He
that
was
little
always the first
off the screen, mid range too.
off the screen, though, is what I'm saying. Though there was a play set in place for that. We're not doing that for some reason.
It was that. It was just a little handoff. I feel like we could run a similar handoff with KCP.
I think the best play we can ever draw up is LeBron drives to the basket
and figure it out from there.
Figure it out from there. There's gonna have to be some defensive rotation that creates somebody to get open.
We haven't talked about that last LeBron shot. And I feel like the fact that he ended up getting the rebound kind of clears the air a bit. But let's be real, man.
That was terrible.
How is it looking if we were to just go a minute back, not a minute back, but let's say a few minutes back, and just replay that moment? If he does not get that rebound, I am frying LeBron James. Bad.
That was terrible. Bro,
I don't know if he was looking for the contact. I don't know what he's gonna say in the little post interview. I know that was not part of the.
How many seconds was left? Like 20-something seconds left.
In the game?
Yes.
We got the ball with 28 seconds on the clock.
28 seconds left.
So and we held that. I think Clippers ended with like 12 seconds on the clock or something like that.
Right. And this is where, you know what I'm saying, I feel like LeBron gets indecisive and in his head, you know what I'm saying? When it's time to close the ball game in moments like this, he's always thinking, should I make the pass or should I score? And then that was a terrible shot. If that was, you know what I'm saying, if that's what it came down to, if that's what it really came down to, we probably would have lost that game.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you, bro.
He can't be our closer. He cannot be our closer. I'm tired of seeing it, bro.
The closing lineup we ended up going with for this game at least was Caruso. Even though this was an off game for Caruso offensively, but there was a lot of defensive moments at the end. He saved the ball. He got the strip and then saved the ball. Probably would have like 3 minutes left. That was big for us. But we ended up going with Caruso, Kuzma, AD, Green, and LeBron James. I wouldn't be mad. I think it's always going to be a who got the hot hand day. I wouldn't be mad if that's Dion Waiters instead of Caruso some days. Because Dion Waiters, he poses that threat for me.
So when I say LeBron shouldn't be our closer, I'm basically saying Philly cheese or bubble cheese, you know what I'm saying, should step in as our offensive threat. As I know he is. I know he's going to have to prove it to the organization and the coaching staff to trust him enough. But I trust him to close the game. Kuzma, I even trust more than LeBron James to get a bucket at the end. Anthony Davis, I'm way more comfortable with him having the ball in a position like that. Because at least if he gets fouled, I feel comfortable. Like, all right, he could hit free throws.
Yeah, that's a true point. AD did have the ball with like 38 seconds left, and he tried dribbling.
Yeah.
We got bailed out a little bit. The ball went flying around.
Yeah, that was scary too.
I forgot what we really ended with on that play. I think that's when LeBron ended up driving, and it happened to be easy. But I don't know if I could just say Dion Waiters yet. I'm just saying I think I would like Dion Waiters in that lineup just in case we're at the point where it's like, yo, we got 5 seconds left. We don't got nothing going. Pass it to him. He could figure something out.
Right.
LeBron James, I'm still on the fence about.
They're gonna give it to
closing
him
wise
because it's his team and he's LeBron James. But I don't think that's the best move for the team.
At the end of the day, yeah, it's going for LeBron James. It's gonna be whoever got the best chance of making the bucket. He's not.
It's gonna be LeBron James.
He's not from the same cloth of Kobe, where Kobe's gonna take the shot regardless. I don't care if I got 5 people on me.
But he's gonna have it in his hand. Is what is the fucked up part about it. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna have it in his hand, and he's gonna. We're gonna. I don't know. Or he's either gonna pass, or he's gonna do some dumb shit like he did today. And we got lucky. Bottom line is, we got bailed out a couple times throughout this game. Could have easily lost this game. So I feel like
it would have been a whole different tone right now too.
It's a W nonetheless, but it's a lot to learn from. I feel like the coaching staff has a lot to learn from today in terms of rotations and just.
Did you have any problems with the rotations today? I didn't really see a lot
like
of Morris, but I
think
that might be like a comfortability thing. He's still getting his feet back under him.
Sure, but I feel like in matchups like this, you need to give Morris his confidence, at least defensively. You feel me? Because where DG wasn't there,
Morris could have been.
or where Kuz isn't there, because Kuz, he tries his best, and I give him credit for that, but he's still not strong enough and solid enough defensively to hold down Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? At least Morris is more of a bigger body to at least bang with him a little bit in the post.
Deion Waiters with 21 minutes. J.R. Smith with 8. I didn't see much from J.R. Smith today.
And that's fine.
I'm not
That's
really
fine.
expecting much from J.R. in general. Deion Waiters with 21 minutes. I like that sound. 21 minutes for Deion. That sounds right for me.
Right.
I'm not mad at that
Look,
amount
it's
of
5 for
minutes.
10, 11 points. Very efficient.
And that's exactly what we need. Our bench has been very inconsistent all year. There's times it feels like,
and he adds consistency.
That's what I'm saying. He might be able to add that consistent 10 points a game.
Right.
And that kind of could be all we need, especially for that second unit, because he has a little bit of playmaking in him. I'm not even gonna say a little bit of playmaking. He got a good amount of playmaking in him. So
yeah,
I feel like even if he's driving to that rim,
because he made
and
a
there's
good
no
couple
options,
dishes.
He could dish it out.
He made a couple of those throughout the game. And my favorite stat right here, Kuzma, 16 points. And you know what? And that's another reason why Deion is a blessing to the team. He's keeping Kuzma on his toes. He knows if he slips up, Deion is taking all of his minutes and all of his shine.
Bro, it could easily be if Kuzma is not really showing up that game, it's Danny Green, KCP, Waiters, LeBron, AD closing. That could be the lineup.
He's keeping Kuzma on his toes, and that's important. You know what I'm saying? Kuzma sometimes, he can get a little lackadaisical and play soft and very, like, discouraged kind of.
You want to hear a good stat, bro? They've been talking about all this Kyle Kuzma in practice. In practice, he's been killing it.
Mm-hmm.
He made 4 shots today. All those 4 shots were 3-point shots.
That's interesting.
That's a good stat. 4 for 7 from the 3-point line. He only shot 1 shot that wasn't a 3-pointer, which I'm not mad at. I tell Matt this all the time. I like Kuz when he drives. Yeah. I like his game when he does that little bullcrap floater hook shot that he got. But if he's hitting threes at a good clip,
I'm not arguing with
if Kuzma gives us the 16 points a game, I think Lakers are the clear-cut favorites. Like, by far. Like, if we could get somebody that could give us that 16.
If LeBron is giving us 16 a game, then we are not the favorites. LeBron has to give us at least 22 a game.
That's it. That makes the difference.
And that's only 6 points off.
Yeah.
That's only 6 points off. It's not too crazy, but it's like, it is a difference. Like,
well, if he took 19 shots today like he did, and instead he made 9 of them, I mean, that's the difference right there. 3 more shots.
Or he just gets to the free throw line a little more. Like, that's what AD did. He was aggressive. He had 17 free throw shots.
Yeah, AD's offense wasn't all that today. It wasn't like he started kind of picking up second half.
He was on fire. He was on fire.
But he made his bread and butter. 16 out of those 34 points was at the free throw line.
But then also, that's how you get in rhythm. Shooting, real shooters know, if you really want to get in rhythm with your jump shot, get to the foul line. That's like form shooting, right? That's what LeBron needs to do, because when he tries to shoot the 3, it be looking real woggy. He made, what, 1 3 today?
Yeah, man. It wasn't pretty for LeBron. He went 2 for 7 from the 3-point line. He terrifies me when he gets comfortable just taking a 3. It's not always.
But when the thing is, LeBron could be such a good shooter when he's confident.
I do think the fact that he's been making, especially those deep range 3s this year, I feel like he has defenders on his toes more than he's ever had them, which opens that opportunity to drive. I mean, we've seen it earlier this year for that Gorgie Dang moment, but I've seen it a few times this year, this game. That's how he was getting to those drives where he can either put it up or pass. Right. The defenders were on the toes, so he was getting by them like that, because they don't know if they got to jump to guard the shot or if they got to actually guard him at the rim. So that's where LeBron, he's at least gave enough credit to his shot to build that credibility, and it got defenders thinking, oh crap, he might really pull it from me even if he's 40 feet deep right now. Mm-hmm. So, man, LeBron James,
It's not LeBron's best game.
I got faith in him. I'm cool. He's
but
LeBron
think
James.
about this. LeBron didn't play a great game, right? We played the Clippers and got a W.
LeBron didn't play a great game, and Kawhi and Paul George, we haven't really pulled up their stats. Kawhi with 28, Paul George with 30. Their two stars did exactly what they needed to do.
Right.
They couldn't really ask more than for them if they tried.
Right.
Clippers' depth, I mean, they've been talking about it like a scary. Granted, Lou Will Montrez not here today. You think they make enough of a? Obviously, they make a difference, but you think they make enough of a difference that they would have won this game today?
Today, probably. That's how close it came down to. Like, we literally got bailed out. Like, I'm talking about a couple different times. Like, luck was kind of on our side a little bit. But, I mean, who knows? We can't do...
The what-if game.
Yeah, we can't do the what-if. All I know is we played them in the past. The game before this, we had answers for Lou and Montrez.
Yeah, we picked apart Lou on the offensive end. LeBron James.
And we kind of had to take him out of the game because he became a liability.
Mm-hmm.
And then when he's out the game, he got him cold.
I am scared of Montrez, especially in a predicament like it was today where there's a lot of fouls because Montrez is a free throw shooter. Like, he can get to the free throw line a lot.
The only reason why I'm scared of Montrez is because you said that. If the refs continue this attitude and continue this whatever they got going
Thank God they swallowed their whistle in that second half, man.
They definitely got a little better in the second half. But I don't know, man. These referees, I don't know if they need the crowd or whatever to tell them that they suck.
Even, bro, I don't know. We were watching on the Spectrum stream. I don't know if TNT showed a different angle. I still don't know what was up with the KCP thing, the challenge.
It's another thing. It's a pride thing with referees too. When you make
yeah,
a call,
absolutely.
You definitely don't want to go back and review and see that your call was wrong. So you know what I'm saying? It's a human being thing too. They're human beings. You're not gonna, even when you want to challenge it.
But if that's the case, you can't offer the challenge. The challenge rule, I get it. Like, I couldn't be a referee if I had instant replay. Oh, my fault. I screwed up. Cool. You did your challenge. Awesome. You can have the challenge back. You have timeout back. My fault. And it's like it never happened. It gets erased. Like, I mean, the AD.
But then that one was, I think it was so obvious to the point where it's like, well, I can't look this dumb as a referee.
Maybe.
Literally,
bro, maybe.
It was our ball, and they still said, nah.
Yeah. Clippers. But yeah, man. I do want to give credit to Kyle Kuzma. I think he played not only on the offensive end with those 4 threes, defensively. Of course, there was moments where he got exposed, but the effort is there. And there was some defensive possessions with Kyle Kuzma where I was like, aight, Kuz.
Kuz definitely gives 100%. Even if it's not the best defense, he's trying his best. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate the effort, man.
Yeah, I appreciate the effort. Just, you know what I'm saying? Bench press a little more.
The effort was there defensively. LeBron James was in people's mugs today. Anthony Davis, I don't ever make him any type of responsible for defense because he's always there. He's solidified. Danny Green, that was the one today.
I feel like KCP and Danny Green are a little more on the slow side defensively.
KCP can't guard Kawhi. That can't happen.
Yeah.
That can't happen.
Not a lot of people can guard him though. So
True.
That's just the facts, you know.
Yeah, I do think if there was a Lou Will and Montrez in this game, it would shake things up differently. I think that's a predicament where we will need Morris. We need Morris for that Montrez Harrell.
We needed Avery Bradley, man. We needed Avery Bradley, but I believe in Caruso. He could definitely hold down.
Do you?
Caruso on that last deflection.
I'm not gonna lie. Besides Lou Will, I feel like we could cancel him out just a little bit, just because we could pick him apart on offense.
Mm-hmm.
In a matchup, if we were to go with Clippers 7 games, I don't know where Bradley will I mean, Bradley saved us that last game against Clippers, where he was draining all those threes and went ballistic. But defensively, I don't know if we really need Bradley against Clippers. Because we're worried about their forwards. I can't try. I don't want Bradley guarding.
Well, we gotta be worried.
Reggie Jackson, he went 3 for 10.
But Reggie Jackson is not to be slept on, bro.
He isn't. He poses a threat. Marcus Morris, I'm waiting to see something.
It's not the right team for him, bro. He's not gonna stay in LA.
I'm not.
That's not the right team for him at all.
I don't want to slight Marcus Morris just yet. I feel like if I slight him, he's gonna spaz on us in a game.
I don't see it happening, bro. They don't have an offense that in place for him to thrive.
He's became just a spot up shooter, and I don't really know.
Barely
if he's that.
though. Well, how many shots did he get?
0
up
for
today?
4.
For 4?
And 0 for 3 from the front.
I'm amazed he got even 4 shots up. But then, 0 points again?
Yes.
I don't know if we have his card. I don't know if, you know what I'm saying, Markeith has been spilling the beans on his brother. But I don't think he scored a point on us yet in the Clippers uniform.
You might be right on that one.
Yeah, he hasn't scored not 1 point.
You might be honest, son.
And that he's technically like 0 for like 14, bro. Because he was 0 for 10 the last game.
Yeah, I don't know, bro. Maybe he really likes his brother, man.
Trying to get that security contract.
Yeah, maybe he's trying to save that ring. Maybe he's trying to get his brother that ring. Yeah, it's an interesting thing going on, but nevertheless,
that can't be the case, bro. He's coming from New York, and I know he was feeling like the man in New York because he was looking like an all-star out there. I mean, granted, it's New York, the New York Knicks, by the way. But you know what I'm saying? He was going out there feeling like the man. Now he's out here putting up donuts.
I mean, he's starting.
I mean,
he's starting on a championship contender team. He can't complain, but yeah, he's so far at least. I don't want to jinx it, and then he freaking goes for 18 on us, and he's the difference between.
JaMychal Green was looking like him out there.
JaMychal Green was looking crazy.
Hopefully, he was like that.
Hopefully, JaMychal Green doesn't get those type of minutes when Montrez. I mean, JaMychal Green, I know, is an important piece for the Clippers. I don't know if he's that important when Montrez comes back.
And
I think if anything, Patterson's minutes go down.
Is very sneaky with the 3, and
they
always come late.
Mm-hmm.
They always come late when they matter. So you got to be very aware of Pat Bev. He's actually a scoring threat. People don't even.
I want to check real quick. What did Kawhi score in the fourth quarter? Can I break it down like that?
Fourth quarter, I think it was very minimal.
It felt very minimum today in the fourth quarter. I wish I had them thorough stats. I don't know how they be doing it so quick up in the the booth. They'll give you that quick stat. Kofi made a 3, whatever his name was.
Coffee.
Oh man, I wish I could get it. I don't know how to get it. His little fourth quarter stats. I felt like he was a bit quiet though.
He was a little quiet. It was more PG than anything, but
I don't know if I can break it down quarter by quarter. But
there was. I mean, Kawhi was streaky. He was streaky. He got his moments where he got his points up, and he was at the free throw line a lot. So that's pretty much how he got his points.
Yeah, just to run down our full team stats right now, because I do got it up. 39% from the field. I think at one point that was like 29%. It was something crazy. That last quarter definitely saved us. 11 from 36 from 3. At one point that was 13%. We ended with 30% with them. We started firing away.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe a little too much at the end, but we started firing away. Green hit 1. Davis hit 2. Dion, I'm pretty sure, hit 1. Kuzma was on fire. Free throws, like I said, 76%. We actually outshot the Clippers in free throws, which is awesome because they were going to the line just as much as us. Rebounds, 45-36. I think we beat them in almost every category, it looks like. They had more turnovers. We had more points off turnovers, obviously. Only 9 fast break points. I don't know why we can't really be that fast break team. But we might need to push the pace just a little more. It might be hard right now.
I think it was just the type of game it was today.
True. And even those turnovers are deceptive because these turnovers weren't like in-game turnovers. They were dead ball turnovers. So like you can't really get a fast break off of that. You're already taking the ball in.
Half of them are travels.
Yeah, man. But overall, I'm feeling good about the game, man. We got
I'm feeling okay about the game, but I do know it's only up from here. I mean, we do have some new additions, new rotations to figure out. Still on the go. Hopefully, we figure it out by playoff time. Today wasn't bad. What we got next? Great question. I know we are playing Saturday. I want to say it's against the Jazz, or that might be the Monday game. I think it's the Jazz.
Which I was, you know what, I actually want to talk about. Raptors. Okay, it's Raptors, then Jazz, then Thunder, then Rockets. We got Thunder, Rockets.
Raptors is tough too. I got them coming out the East low key.
I'm not really mad at that one, to be honest.
I got them as sleepers coming out the East.
They're definitely my sleepers too. I want to get real quick into the standings before we go, and then we can end it with a good night. But right now we bumped the Clippers. There's second seed still, but they're a game back from the Nuggets. They're a game in front of the Nuggets.
And
Rockets sit
after
at a
tonight
sixth
still?
seed after tonight because Nuggets didn't play today. If Nuggets were to
Right,
win
right,
today,
right,
it would have been a half a game.
Right.
If in a beautiful world, man, Lakers obviously I think the first seed is now secured. This was the only game that could have somehow put that in question,
Right.
but I think that question is over with now. Let me just make sure my phone shaky on this computer. Make sure we go. Dump stack. Let me just double check. Oh, is that why? It's because I had a freaking thing pop up. I got it. Yeah. My low power mode thing. But yeah, like I said, I don't know where semi cut off on, but I want to talk about the standings real quick, where we are at, because right now the Clippers are only a game above the Nuggets, and Nuggets didn't play today. So in a perfect world, if we really get super, super crazy, and the Lakers stay the number one seed, which they will, is confirmed at this point. They might as well have clinched it. The Nuggets slide into that second seed. The Clippers go into the third seed, and Rockets stay just where they are, which, granted, they're tied with the Thunder right now.
Oh, they're tied up?
Yeah, so it's going to be a rough one. They're tied with the Thunder right now. Anything could change. But if Rockets stay in that sixth seed, we'll see Clippers, Rockets first round, and then they'll have to face either the Nuggets or the Mavs second round. Meanwhile, Lakers will face most likely the Grizzlies or Trailblazers, Pelicans. I don't know. I got my money on Grizzlies. We'll see the Grizzlies first round, and then the Jazz or Thunder second round.
Grizzlies is broomsticks.
Broomsticks. Jazz is broomsticks too.
Jazz? It might be broomsticks.
They don't got Bogdanovich.
It might be a dustpan.
It might be a gentleman's.
It might be a dustpan, but they're not a threat to me.
Thunder isn't a threat at all.
That is not a threat.
But if Clippers could really have to bang, 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 especially you know how Kawhi is. I ain't wishing injury on anybody, but if he get a little tired,
get a little tired,
load manage a little bit. It's whatever though. I'm willing to fight for it.
I'm willing to fight for it, but I definitely want the Clippers and Rockets to fight it out before the
I'm just saying. I'm not saying that I'm scared of them. But I'd much rather it go down like that. It just sounds a lot better in my head. You know what I mean?
Nah, facts.
Oh man, but I think that's you got any last comments, man? Last words? What you think about next game, Raptors? Last time we faced them, I'm pretty sure it didn't look pretty. I'll go to
the Raptors is tough. I think just to play with the Raptors, you gotta be aggressive, you gotta be physical. That's it. You can't be on that soft shit like we was today. LeBron gotta drive. AD got to play big. I mean, we got Dwight. He's always playing big. JaVale's an anchor. That's what it comes down to. Hit shots.
Yeah. Last time I feel like this is deceptive because we were getting.
We have to play big, man. We have to play big because that's what they bullied us low key.
We lost. Granted, it looks like then we were 9 games in. We lost 113 to 104. The Raptors outscored us in the last quarter 35-26. So that looks like all the difference right there. But Siakam bullied Kuzma. That's what I remember from that game. So let's see if Kuzma's a little different now. I don't know what injuries we were going through at this time either. 9 games in. I'm sure Rondo's still not here, so I guess that doesn't change. But it's going to get interesting, man. That's going to be a good game. I like that game.
First.
I like that game. I want to see a win, but at this point, man, that first seed is solidified. I just want to see the offense a little more fluid. Our defense, I got faith in. Our defense looks solid. Once I see a little more from that offense, I'm really kicking back, and the rest of this regular season is on cruise control for me. That's what I feel. That Raptors game is going to be a good one. That's going to be Saturday. I don't quite know when I'm going to be able to get a video up for that because I got my nephew's birthday party that day. But I'll try to get a little video up, give my thoughts as well. I already told my sister that that game will be on in her house. Not playing, man.
Not playing. Season's back, man.
Season is back. It feels good, bro. I'm going to love these recaps. I might do them live just because it's quicker for me to get it out. I don't got to edit nothing. Granted, I can't put nothing on the screen, but a green background. Maybe a green background is tight because Celtics.
Yeah, we can't do that.
I might have to.
That's not it.
We'll find a different angle in this room. Yeah, we gotta make some. Now I'm looking for different freaking. I'm scouting locations right now. Yeah, we're gonna come from a different angle of this room next time. We can't have the Celtics background back here. We gotta put like a Lakers thing up here or something. I don't know. But with all that being said, guys, thank you for watching as always, and I'll see you next time on Lakerland.
Philly cheese, boy.
That's my guy, Dion Waiters. Let's go. Oh man.
Liddy, 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 Liddy. Dubs, dubs, dubs.